Welcome back to Nazareto's channel. 2009 Toyota Rav4 simple drain and fill automatic transmission fluid, and let me show you how it's done, guys. I will be draining and filling this transmission with Valvoline automatic transmission fluid. On the bottom it says Toyota WS World Standard. Yes, I'm gonna get criticized because you know how YouTube is. Let's walk around. This car is very beautiful. 2009. This is my nephew's car. I think this car still looks very good for the year. Let's pop the hood. This is the most easiest part. Right there. Pull this lever and let's open the hood. This is a V6 Toyota Rav4. Amazing engine. Look at that beauty. So this is what I like about these older engines. They still have automatic transmission fluid dipstick. We can check it, and here it is on our V6 model Toyota Rav4. Let's pull it out, and there's a note here. It says no need to replace automatic transmission fluid under normal driving conditions. Transfer fluid for 4WD, blah 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 directions. Yes, we're not gonna listen to their advice. We're gonna replace this transmission fluid with a fresh fluid. So this is how the transmission fluid looks, what color it is. It's not terrible, but it's not pink as it's supposed to be. So, and on this towel, I'll show you on the left, that's a brand new transmission fluid. It looks nice and pink, bright. And on the right, it's our used transmission fluid. Okay, let's get started. Let's put the car in the emergency parking brake mode, pull the lever. Also, for extra safety, let's put these nice wheel chocks under each wheel just to be safe. Safety always very important. Now I'm going to lift the vehicle with my 8-ton jack. Make sure you put it at the right spot so you don't damage underneath of your vehicle. So start pumping it. And this is a very nice floor jack, 8-ton. And let's keep pumping it until the vehicle is sitting high enough in the air. So we're not going to leave the car just sitting on a jack. I like to use these nice jack stands, and also to protect your floor in the garage. Put this piece of wood, lift the jack stand to appropriate height, and now we're going to lower the car a little bit until the vehicle is sitting on the jack stands. Slowly release the pressure, and you see the car lowers. Now it's sitting safely on the jack stand. So go to the other side of the vehicle, do the same thing. Jack up the car to appropriate height. And for safety, we're going to put jack stand. And we're going to lower the car now onto the jack stand. Do it slowly. You don't want to drop the car. See, it's slowly lowering. And that's about the right height. That's what I want. If you want, you can remove the jack and also test the car. Kind of give it a shake it a little bit for safety, just to make sure nothing is unsafe, make sure. So now I have to remove the plastic under the radiator, all this protective plastic. So we have a bunch of zip ties because this part was ripped off. So we're just going to remove these zip ties. You see in my previous videos, I installed these zip ties because I had all the clips were like gone. So, but I like zip ties, So let's remove this and pull this plastic piece down. I forgot to show you there's a hidden bolt which is size 10. You need a socket size 10. Before you can remove this guard panel, remove this bolt. It's around the mud flap around the wheel. This is how this bolt looks like. Put it on the side and don't lose anything. Now we can remove this panel, at least pull. Also, you will see these kind of retainers, plastic retainers. To remove them, I like to use flathead screwdriver. So put that flathead screwdriver at the corner and pull this thing out. This plastic retainer should come out. It shouldn't be that hard. And just keep wiggling, work it out, and it's gonna pop out. I found some more plastic retainers like that. Let's remove that too. These were much easier. pop them out of place and remove that plastic piece that's guarding the splash shield. That's what it's called, splash shield. And there's our bolt for the transmission. This is our splash shield, this whole piece. This is how it looks. And on the bottom, this is our pan for the transmission. So get your hex bit size 10 to remove the transmission drain bolt, and make sure you have a nice ratchet for this job. Make sure you have a drain container. This one we're using a 16 quart FloTool, very nice container. And this is where our bolt is, where we're going to drain the fluid from, right there. Take your 10 millimeter hex bit and use the nice ratchet. Give it some, pull it nicely counterclockwise, bam, and there you go. It's already seeping transmission fluid. Now you can just go by hand, unscrew that bolt, keep going. Don't burn your hands, don't burn your fingers, do it nice and careful. Keep spinning, and look at that color. Look at that color. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not bright and pink color. Keep going. Well, I made a little mess here, so there you go. Oh, my camera. Boom, here it goes. Continue draining the transmission fluid until it starts trickling. Keep going until you start seeing these small drips like this. Put a new washer, put that bolt back into place, tighten it. Also use a rag, clean it up nicely, and make sure your job is nice and clean. I usually like to use also like a brake cleaner, so looks good. Now let's tighten this bolt. There are torque specs from 30 to 36 foot-pound. Just make it snug enough and you should be fine. There should be no problem. But if you have a torque wrench, you can torque it properly to about 30 to 36 foot-pound. And I'm using my brake cleaner, spraying it nicely. Clean all this area, wipe it with a rag, make it look good. Clean the whole thing. Now let's remove the dipstick, and we're gonna put this on the side. I'm gonna look at that, and we're gonna grab a nice funnel. So this is my funnel. Insert it into the fill hole. Put it this way so it does not tip. Make sure it looks like this. So I measured how much I drained into the drain pan, and about 3.5 quarts. So I'm going to add 3.5 quarts of new transmission fluid. Try not to make a mess. Look at a beautiful color. That's how the transmission is supposed to look like. I'm doing it gradually, and it looks great. Nice new transmission fluid. Let it drain it. I'm using Valvoline, but it says Toyota and WS World Standard. It's full synthetic transmission fluid on this. Some of you are going to criticize me. You're going to tell me it's only you're supposed to use Toyota, blah, blah, blah. This is an old car, 2009. So I'm using this Valvoline, and it says Toyota on there, so I trust Valvoline. That's what I'm using it. So once your transmission is filled, now we're going to lower the car, make sure the car is on a level surface. So I'm going to jack up the jack, remove the jack stand, and now we're going to lower the car and make sure the car is sitting at the level surface. Now once the car is on a level surface, you want to start the engine and start warming up your vehicle to the operating conditions. You want to check your dipstick. Car's still warming up, the transmission's still warming up, but you pull the dipstick out, check the levels, see if it's rising or not. And also you want to put the car through the gears. So put the car through the gears. Make sure you hold the brake on the brake pedal. hold your foot on the brake pedal and go through the gears. Every single gear. This way you're getting that transmission fluid to circulate. There you go. Our temperature. Check your gauges. Put it back into park. While car is still running, check the fluids. Check your transmission fluid while still running. Take the dipstick out and then reinsert it. Now we're taking it out again. And look at these teeth. They're bottom teeth and then they're top marks. So it's almost at the top. So I got the level right. It's about right there, guys. Look how beautiful this fluid looks, nice and clean. And the transmission is warm, like very hot now. So I put it through the gears. You can also drive around for like 5 minutes, warm it up, and then check the levels. The car has to be running on the level surface, and look at the color. It's beautiful. That's a good looking fluid. And this is what we want. So whoever tells you it's a lifetime fluid, never replace it, it's a bad idea to listen to that. If your transmission shifting fine, just replace the fluid at the right time. And look at the temperature. So one thing we didn't do, we did not replace the transmission oil filter. This car shifts perfectly fine. This is only drain and fill. You can do it every 30,000 miles. That's what I'm going to do next 30,000 miles. This car drives wonderfully. This is a very nice Toyota Rav4. And that's how you just drain and fill with a dipstick. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next video.